Don't don't we get together on your birthday, child?
It will never fail. I don't know if I like this. I can't hear myself.
We're back.
Hola. My name is Donnie, Akeem, whichever you prefer.
And mine is Britt Brat, short stack. Y'all know the rest.
And we are finally back in the house. It's been a year.
Ooh, child.
Yikes.
Every time I hear that, my for real? A year?
Yes, a whole entire year that we have let get away from us. And that is insane. Time flies.
It does.
Time flies. We had just came back from Tampa
Yes.
and Mexico last time that we shot the podcast. And you just came back from Mexico again.
This time, we were in Puerto Vallarta.
Okay, how was that?
It was everything outside of a couple mishaps. It was everything.
Care to share?
For Berto's PTSD, I feel like perhaps I should.
Okay.
But the parts that I can discuss, the ocean jumped me. The ocean whooped my ass, literally. Yes, that ocean. When I say I thought I was jumping over the waves and shit, me and Berto, we just knew we was just. I jumped that wave.
And she knows she can't swim.
Who can't?
You can't swim?
Bitch,
I mean, you know how to swim?
Yes.
Oh, bitch. The way we was all drowning in that ocean when we went to Mexico, I thought you
Who was me? No, y'all were drowning. I left you. Y'all were drowning.
No, I left y'all, remember?
You left us and went out of the water. I left y'all and went further out, deep into the water. And y'all was in the back. That's because you left the water and went out. Awesome. We didn't drown. That was your ass. I was swimming with the fishes, bitch.
No, me, Shondell, and Jalik definitely was drowning.
Yeah. Y'all.
We can't swim.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Don't include me. I saw look back like y'all. And I looked, and you was
Jalik was trying.
He did try.
Was trying.
He came with me a little bit, but once he saw how far I was proceeding, he was like, "No, bitch, you was on your own." No. And then when I think you said the water went up your nose or something.
Yes. Twice.
I don't know what Shondell's problem was, but yeah.
Shondell, it's so funny because he's such a confident person, but to see, it's like when he can't overcome something, he done.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
He was like, because I was trying to get him to come out further. I'm like, Jalik out there. Like, well, we got to get out there.
Baby, I was, because my ass, I'm thinking I'm Little Mermaid and shit. I was trying to catch a damn fish. Remember, because you was like, bitch, what was you going to do with it once you caught it?
Right.
And I'm like, shit, kiss it or something. I don't know.
Put us back in our natural habitat. We fish like to stay confined in the water.
Not you. Apparently the crabs do.
Figuratively.
Because my crab ass is all over.
But no, so aside from the PTSD of your most recent Mexico trip.
Yes. Oh, wait. That wasn't the only bad part either. The other bad part was the fucking animals on the resort. It was cats.
Now, see, I have a cat and I love him.
But you know
I don't
how
do stray cats.
Your sister is with cats.
Yes.
Especially stray cats who feel like they built the resort. And then it was a family of raccoons who felt like they built the resort.
Oh, yeah, no.
And they used to just walk around. We sitting at the beach bar and they just coming through the actual resort, just walking through the motherfucker like, what's good? Like, y'all, like we in their way disturbing their night.
Y'all are.
It was. Especially me, Berto, and Gina, because I brought my little portable speaker.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so y'all was being those niggers.
We was the only three there. We was gonna be them niggers regardless.
Really? It was no black people.
It was no black people on our resort.
I've never been to a resort where it's none of us.
I haven't either. That was my first time. Now, when we went to the gay bars, it's called the Romantica Zone. Of course, I found me a gay black man from Atlanta, bitch.
Oh, girl, please.
Yes, we told the dance floor up, baby. Yes, I will find me a gay black man from Atlanta anywhere, baby. Anywhere.
Of course, he was from Atlanta.
Yes, that was good night. That was good night. Yeah, that was
So, I mean, what else you been up to in the year since you could wrap the year up in the bow. What's it been like?
School, 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 and school.
Child, talk to me
With
about
drinking sprinkled in there. I don't know why I keep trying to drink like now.
No, see, I have to. I know this is a recent discovery too. I have to really choose when I want to indulge in hard liquor.
Mm-hmm.
That's not something I can do consistently anymore.
So I actually have to stop drinking beer completely and a lot of hard liquors because they contain yeast and other things that affect my acid reflux, which was causing me to throw up so much.
Cheers. I have different reasons for wanting to be a wino, but
yeah, that's all I can really drink now is wine, or every once in a while I might be able to do a little something with tequila, but it actually has to be top shelf tequila. I cannot do cheap tequila,
like Patron,
or I would,
Julio,
or I would throw up immediately.
Well, I don't have.
I sound like an expensive bitch, but I'm dead ass. I really would.
But no, cheap liquor does affect you different than top shelf. I feel like, and I also have. That's why I have this too. Another recent discovery. Well, not a recent discovery, but a recent action. I have to drink water while I'm drinking now.
Oh yeah, you ain't had to do that before.
No.
I always have.
And but it's just we are. So my birthday is Friday. So I'm turning 34. Most of my childhood friends, though, we were all born in 1991, which I always say is a good luck year because it's the same forward and backwards. But we are in our mid 30s, and the things that we used to do when we were just even 10 years ago are not in the immediate realm of possibility for me. So, like, if I get drunk and I don't drink water and I'm drinking hard liquor, you can pretty much kiss that next day goodbye.
Amen.
So I'm going to be in bed all day. I'm not going anywhere. And if I have to work, it's going to be a miserable shift that I'm barely making it to.
Listen, henceforth, I tried to work Saturday, right? And once I realized what Jamal and them plans was again, I was like, okay, I'm going to just work the whole day. I was sitting there, I was like,
Yeah.
I got to go. Took the rest of the day off and spent the entire day in bed.
Yeah, that's how I be day after drinking. And sometimes I notice that if I really try to force it like I'm 21, I might need 2 days.
Oh, for
recovery.
Because I do still have a slight headache. I ain't gonna.
Oh my God. And I believe you because it's not fun.
And I'm surprised when I was in Mexico that didn't happen to me there. But
body definitely be picking and choosing when they want to be like, okay, you got it. But that's usually when I haven't done it in a while. Like go like a week or 2 without turning up.
I also stayed strapped with some BC powder and some water.
Hallelujah. Amen. And
I really feel like because that second to last day right before we left, when I got everybody really drunk,
that was
if I didn't have BC powder, water, and if we didn't take this long ass nap, everybody took a nap in my room that day for like 4 hours.
Listen, and to get Berto to take a nap.
To get me to take a nap. Because once I'm up, I'm up. I don't really, it's really hard. Even with all the weed I smoke,
I don't think
nobody.
Berto is like hyper all the time. So that's why I said to get him to sit down.
Especially on a trip.
Yeah.
Baby.
Berto came to my show like, what we doing? I'm like, child. You're going to have some fun.
I have pictures. They will sleep on the ride back from the ride with Dolphins. They fell asleep in the taxi. They don't remember getting back to the resort. And Berto was the taxi driver.
I'm not surprised.
That's why I had to get proof because I knew when nobody believed me because somehow I outdrank the drinkers. A miracle happened.
Yeah.
A miracle. Miracle.
I don't think I was fucking with Berto at 21. I really, and I wonder what he was like. We didn't know him at that time.
Sure, I don't want to know him then. We met at the right time when he was tolerable.
Imagine me and Berto at 21.
And him and Gina were still together. Their friendship is like ours.
They've been together for a long time. Him, Maya, Gina, they've all been friends. And I think Jess, too, been around that long.
So can you imagine how much she drank, too?
Child, what I will say is that I am happy that we met at the
time we did.
When I was 28. But as for me, this last year, who's on here?
No, he's not on here. I was just saying, hey, just in case he watches.
Oh,
because he normally does.
But school, definitely school, traveling.
Oh yeah, I should have said traveling.
I think the last trip I went on was to Texas. I went to for Halloween. I went to I always go to Dallas and Houston every time I go to Texas. So I flip flop back and forth with which one I spend more time in. But that was a fun trip. And right before that, like 6 weeks before that, I went to Atlanta. So it's been 5 months since I've traveled, and that's like going through withdrawals for me.
Okay.
That's like a long time for me not to have gone nowhere. So now in 2 days, I'm going to DC.
Look, if you see any books that you think would intrigue your sister, because that's like the black book.
I will go to the bookstore.
I know you will. That's why I'm throwing it out there. And that is the type of place where the bookstore is anywhere and everywhere type thing. So, yeah, if you see anything that you think your sister would like,
your mama call it,
or could benefit from, shit, Mama, I'm working, Mama.
No, I'll definitely go and look. I actually let me wrap this up. I've been traveling, I've been going to school, and I actually have a new job. Yes. I don't want to say it publicly.
Nor should you.
Because that motherfucking position can be used against me.
And could.
But it's definitely, it's well paid, it's good benefits, good pension, darling. And I am continuing, I feel like the upward trajectory of my life for the most part. And so I feel like in a good space in most aspects of my life. So I'm really just trying to keep that momentum going as long as possible, child. But ain't nothing really changed outside of that. Because traveling was always there.
Traveling has always been there.
Really been same old, with the exception of the new job.
Yeah, because we both been in school for quite some time now too, actually.
But I graduated you graduated this year.
We both graduated this year. I graduated in May.
Yes, and I graduated in December. So then I'm going right back to school.
Oh shit, that's in 2 months.
Yes. Girl, you graduating now.
Basically, I got some homework to do.
You graduating now. Oh, and I'm trying to move.
Oh yeah.
So I have put my 60-day notice in at my current
you
residence.
Put the notice in and everything.
I don't have a place yet though. So I got 2 months to figure that out.
Well, if I know you,
child,
as I know you, Mr. Quit a job one day, find a job the next.
I'm gonna work.
You gonna work and you gonna have a place, baby. So
you're going back to my mother. Not an option.
Yeah.
not even temporarily. Last time I was there, she said, "Come on back home for 6 months, baby." I lasted 3 before she put me out. Well, and I can only imagine now. So.
Yeah, well, some people just ain't meant to live with each other, child.
Yeah, that is true.
And I've always said that about you and your
mom. And we love each other to death, and I know that we do. And I love my mom to death. And we have a very interesting relationship, but like where it is now is in a very good place for me. And it's funny because now finally my siblings see things that I didn't see that I saw in the past, but me and her, we see each other. We good.
Right.
But
Bennett, I'm not in it now.
Yes, no.
When I left the house, I was out of all that.
When I left that last time, because I had this the longest I haven't had to go back. It's been 6 years. So, but that's so crazy to me because the first time I was gone for 10 months, came back, then I was gone for a year, came back, and this last time was the last.
Well, my mom says everybody has to go back home a couple of times and regroup, and it's just a part of life. Like, it's okay.
And I'm talking all this shit now, but before I leave the state, I might have to do 6 months at her house. Just for financial purposes.
Right.
Like, it doesn't make sense to continue to pay rent when I could be saving that money.
Right.
Yeah. So I do know that by that time, I probably just gonna have to grin and bear it as much as I can. But like I said, she's evolved since I last left, and we're in a good place. So I don't know if we'll be in the same predicament like from the past. But
and one thing I always say, none of us have ever really exercised this, but truth be told, everybody in our close friend circle has their own apartment. If a nigga had to alternate between apartments and shit, like we really do have that ability. Nobody has exercised it, but we got that ability.
I think, well, I won't say who on camera, but there's people in our circle who have asked to stay in my apartment before because they had a situation happen and they're like, look, I know you got an extra bedroom. Can this arrangement work? And of course, I was like, because it's some family I wouldn't even do that for.
Oh,
okay. Because that motherfucker, I let a bitch spend the night got stole from. But,
Jesus.
but I think in our friendship group, I think that could work. Like, even if I include my mom in that rotation, I have family too. So, it could definitely work if it came down to it. But, I don't like bothering people.
I know you don't, and none of us do. That's why I'm like, none of us have exercised this. But the option is low key there. It's an unspoken option. But that
right. Like, I don't think anybody would allow anybody to be home.
Hell no.
So it wouldn't be like, oh, I'm so happy to have you here for 6 months.
But you all ask if you're gonna stay in that shack and lay your ass on the couch.
Right. Shit. And let's work out how you're gonna contribute.
Okay. Let's figure it out.
Okay.
But that's another thing too with like our friend group. Everybody is really good with contributing, even if it's like the parties, like Jamal party the other day where you just had to bring pizza and soda. Like we all really good with that kind of stuff. I don't really ever be worried.
It's funny because when Jamal first met my mom, they hit it off like instantly, and my mom loves him. She loves Berto too, but for 2 totally different reasons. She's like, Berto don't give a fuck.
That's why my mama loves Berto too. She don't give a damn.
But she was like, Jamal is very respectful. He's well spoken. He's nice. He's kind.
He the worst one of us all.
So anywho, Jamal, if you're watching, hello.
Devious look.
But some of the things that Jamal values, and that's why we click, are things that Glenda instilled in me already.
Right.
Like, I don't go places empty-handed. And if I do, like Quentin's birthday party, I was like, oh shit, I did not get nothing. So I cashed after like $20 on the spot.
Right.
Yeah, I just don't go to anybody's anything without something.
Or contributing something. Like for Berto's party, I didn't have any money. However, I came and helped set up decorations. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, do something, motherfucker. Yeah. God damn.
I will never forget when I first was introduced to this friend group, and not the one we are part of now, because I had to meet them before you did. So this is before you even knew who they were.
Right.
And I would go to these house parties and gatherings. And they were like,
parties.
Yeah, the COVID parties. I met them right before COVID. So yes.
I was at home with my child.
Part of the reason I got kicked out. But probably the reason I got kicked out. But we would notice at these gatherings that it would be like BYOB, and most of us would oblige, but why the motherfuckers who didn't BYOB or BYOS bring your own snack? Nothing. They didn't bring shit.
Or I'm gonna bring a big ass bag of weed to share. Like, bring something.
Y'all doing the most eating, drinking, and smoking, and then
something. You contribute.
So I know that for Jamal, that was a big turnoff. He did not like that, and I don't like that either.
Yeah.
If it's BYOB,
bring something.
You can bring something cheap.
I was about to say they have cheap $5 wine bottles. There is no excuse. They got cheap wine at Aldi's. There's really no excuse.
And my thing is, if you're that broke, you should not be here. Your priority.
Okay.
You should not be
struggling that bad, baby. What is you doing here?
I remember. Let me tell you how. Because when the pandemic first started, I don't want to say how much money I was making an hour, but I was not financially where I'm at now, and I wasn't dirt poor, but it was like, bitch, you got enough for your bills and you can play this much. Just a smidgen. Don't go too far.
Right.
So I remember one particular party, I think I had like $5 to my name. And I went to the store and I bought chips for the party. And this was actually one of Jamal's things. And he was like, "Oh, thanks for bringing this." And I had $10. I bought chips and a half a pint of this when I was still drinking E&J Apple.
Oh my Lord.
So, and a half pint of my E&J Apple because I did not want to touch their liquor because I felt bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
and I'll do that too. If I ain't got that much money, I at least bring enough for myself. So I'm not touching nobody
I'm not gonna touch y'all shit.
Right.
Because I didn't bring up big enough but where I feel like I got the ring to do that.
Right.
So, me and Jamal ended up talking. Me and Jamal really got close because of the pandemic. Because that's where the voice memos come from. Because we would just send those voice memos back and forth. We wasn't shit else to do. But send voice memos. Me and Jamal really got to know each other.
Oh, so it's your fault we get bombarded all the damn time. That's the part you've been leaving out.
I don't know who sent them first.
But he was in
it probably was me. It probably was me knowing me.
Always.
I don't feel like typing that. Hey, Jamal. And I hate talking on the phone. So I was like, this is the perfect medium. Like, it's not text, but I don't have to get on the phone. I can still do what I need to do. And the voice memos was born from that. But we had a long conversation about like how people do stuff like that. And when I had told him, he was like, that particular party that you had, that's why I only bought what I bought. And he was like, and see, that's like why I fuck with you, because you didn't have to bring anything. You had $10 to your name and you still brought something because you still felt like I don't want to look like the leech of the group. And then he also said, like, if you wouldn't have, I wouldn't have thought that because of your, reputation prior to, but just the fact that you can't even do it is a testament to your, who you are. And he's the same way. And you gotta respect it.
Yeah. And Berto is good for, do you need me to bring something? I'm on my way. Like,
yes.
He will say that real quick.
You know how many times Berto had to grab sodas for me or grab ice for me for a party?
Grabs this and that for me too a few times.
I'm like, Berto, because he always wanted the last tour.
Let's be clear. Shit,
I can't talk.
I
can't talk.
I'm in the middle.
I'm not coming on time. If I come on time, I'm leaving early.
It really depends. It depends on what we doing, where we going, the weather, who got my child. Like it be so many factors for me. How drunk I get, like how fast and shit. Like if I get drunk in like 20 minutes, nigga, I'm going home in the next 5-10 minutes. Damn it, I'm too damn drunk to be sitting here now.
Oh, like
so it all
I get drunk and I want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Bedtime.
I either get sleepy or I'm ready to throw up. Either one, I don't want to do this here because when you have a child, what they don't tell you is that all of a sudden you cannot hold your piss. Especially if you cough, sneeze, or throw up.
The sneezing part is funny. I just saw a video about that.
Dead ass. Like, you really got to clench your...
She was like, I have a child.
You really got to clench your shit when you do all three of them things after you have a kid. Dead ass. So if I'm about to throw up, no, I'm ready to go home and get naked in my bathroom. So while I'm throwing up over the toilet, I can spread my legs open and let it fly and just clean it up when I'm done. Damn it. Like,
I will say I love you to that, but I would not want to trade places. I'm so like, I rarely throw up from liquor.
I know you know.
I hate throwing up even when I'm sick. And the only reason why I be like, okay, just throw up is so that the feeling of wanting to can go the fuck away. But like throwing up just because I got too drunk is crazy work.
Because sometimes, like, okay, the first day in Mexico, right? As soon as we get off the plane, we have hella shots and margaritas and shit. I'm like, oh, this how you greet a bitch off the plane. So I'm sitting there throwing them back, completely losing my senses. Forgetting who the fuck I am.
You was excited. I've been talking Mexico.
Then we get to the resort. We go straight to the bar. We throwing back daiquiris and shit. 5-10 minutes later, I was like, Bert, I'm finna throw up. He's like, sis, wait, I'm gonna get you to your room. I'm like, nope, I'm finna throw up. Next thing I know, I'm throwing up on the beach. Went back to my room, took a nap for about an hour. I was good again.
Oh, see, at least you was good again.
However, the night when I threw up, I was throwing up a couple times in a row, and then I felt awful.
But tell the people what you decided to do the other night, though.
Oh, I just went to
no, not where you went. You decided to mix some things. That don't fuck. Where the fuck? We are 34 almost.
I had a big dumb ass glass of wine. I had 2 drinks that had tequila in it. It was like some type of peach drink. And then I had another drink. It was like a cucumber mint drink. And I don't remember what type of alcohol was in that, but I wasn't supposed to do it.
This is what I had the whole night. That same night. This is what I had. My little wine mix. But I was like, oh, yeah, you stay in. I understand. Because I can't mix hard liquor and wine. Like I said, hard liquor, period, is not my friend anymore.
I don't know why. I don't know. I be tripping. I be tripping. Yeah. I don't know. I be tripping.
Something is wrong. Oh, before we move on to like the topic of Housewives, because that's another thing that we wanted to talk about, I do want to say, because Doug, last time that I was there at your house and I saw him, he was like, y'all can't leave the podcast like that with this big ass cliffhanger. Because the last time we were on the camera, we had an argumente. That's how you say it in Spanish.
Don't get me to lie. Even though since I done came back from Mexico, I swear I can speak Spanish, but don't get me to lie.
And the crazy part, I don't think neither one of us ever thought about, because life was just lifing after that. And we didn't even realize that, like, maybe it appears that we got into it and the shit is just done. And the friendship is over. Like, imagine if we was famous and we did that.
Yeah. Like, they'd be like, what the fuck?
Right.
And then we haven't had no pictures really together.
No, and I'm on social media.
Like, did you go on social media? Oh, child, like we was going through it. We was going through a bad breakdown.
Right, child. But no, we resolved that
shortly after the show, y'all.
So that
shortly
I don't even
after.
think it may have been within 2 weeks.
It definitely.
I know she needed some time to process it. We didn't talk right away. I know you need time. That's why I don't be trying to fix it right away.
I'm emotional. I needed a minute to calm my nerves.
And I don't know if it's me being a Pisces or if it's me, like, because I hate the anxiety of the unknown. So I love to talk right away. And I realize as I get older, which I should have realized 10 years ago, that everybody doesn't process things like me. So respecting people's boundaries and not pushing for that is something that I've learned. That I can't make you want to talk to me like right now because I'm ready to talk. I have to respect that. So when she was ready, she told me when she was ready. We went to
I don't want to let it linger either.
Yeah. I don't like.
He twisted my weed.
I did not.
See, it's still crooked.
No, I did not.
No, this ain't even the same.
I'm missing dreads now because of the whole. You see, my hair is shorter. My hair is shorter now because she pulled it out. That's what y'all don't know.
Never.
I had long hair last year this time, and she just got the clawing at me. I thought, I was like, you Christmas cousin?
You know Christmas was doing that off each other. I just clawed Peach a little bit. That's all she.
But no, we fixed that, and actually, I do promote, like, I do pride myself on not getting into it with my friends often. But I do think that we do realize that people are human and that disagreements will happen. And I think that healthily resolving them should be more common, especially with Black friend circles, because we're so quick to be like, fuck that bitch.
Yeah, and like they know what they did. Like, no, like me and this man have been friends since the first grade. So every once in a while we're gonna have to get into it because we're both growing as people. We went from 6-year-olds to 34-year-olds. So in that growth, our parameters and things and things, our boundaries and things that we're comfortable with, they change. And that's okay. That's okay. We just have to sit down and talk about it. And the great thing about the both of us are we're the type of friend where we like, tell me what your boundaries is. And I'm going to follow them. I just need to know what they are.
And I love that because I think that because like even with Berto and Jamal and other people that I've met within like the last 6 or 7 years, there's changes that have taken place with me in that time frame. And so now I'm having to navigate that in more than just you and me or me and Alex or whatever the case may be. Because what you have to realize is that when you know someone, even if it's for a long time, they do change. And like what was cool 2 years ago, they're not gonna fly today for that person. And I remember I used to say, because I used to struggle with boundaries too. I get that honest from Glenda. And so a part of me still kind of does, because it's like, okay, well, we used to always do this. But I realized too, I had to go through it myself.
I had an issue too. Like, damn, I just do the not some problem.
Yeah. I have that issue as well. And it's like, damn. But my thing was always, well, now I can't be myself. Now I can't be myself because I have to censor myself because this thing hurts your feelings. And I think in America as a whole, it's not just a Black thing, because we are an individualistic society, we do put a lot of emphasis on self. But we need people around us. And that's why we have the blessing. Friends are not like monogamous relationships. You can have an array of friendships. If you have a friend who doesn't like a certain thing, you can still be friends with them and respect their boundaries. But there is another person where you could be like,
where you have that out.
Yes. You can plug it in and get it out where you need to get it out.
Exactly.
I know that my mouth, this is a lot of the reasons why I shut up with certain people, because bitch, I say something that's gonna be offensive.
Right. I mean, say that. I'm blowing up the major.
And so like I realized that, and so I'm like, okay, well, I can't say that with this friend because that's gonna hurt their feelings, or I don't want to be disrespectful or perceived XYZ. So I try to like censor myself with certain people so that they're not offended. And I think that that's beautiful. So it's not like I had to realize it's not about I'm not being myself. It's just like respecting people's boundaries and being myself in moments where it calls for that and where everybody's comfortable. Because who want to be the person to make everybody
It's funny you say that, because I was actually thinking about this earlier today. A good example of that is like me and Lauren, and how she doesn't like for like people who aren't her actual blood sisters to call her sister. And as soon as I figured that out, I'm like, okay, I cut it off. But that don't mean you're not still my sister, because we have a sisterhood. Like, we've been friends since the 4th fucking grade or 5th grade, or however long it's been, bitch. I put you all up all kind of shit, bitch.
Gosh.
We are sisters. We have prevailed a lot. We are sisters. We just not sisters.
But I think that speaks to the different view of things, because it's a reality for you to live in your reality and consider her that, and for her to be like, my sisters are people who are biologically related to me and live in that. But the relationship can still work because you respect the fact I'm not going to call you that.
Right, I'm not going to call you that.
That's what's in my head, darling.
Right. Or not necessarily like sister in my head, but definitely sisterhood. We've been through so many things, even like from loving B2K to dating older guys to, you know what I'm saying, traveling.
And I met him, by the way, and he's handsome, and like, not saying that his pictures were ugly. Yeah, I went to Houston, so not saying that that he was unattractive in his pictures, but his pictures don't do him justice. Yeah, his pictures don't do him justice.
I feel like that's a lot of people. I feel like that about my damn self. Like,
I feel like
you ain't. Like, yes, I'm like perfect.
I didn't say that.
But I'm not conceding.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I feel like I'm perfect, but I do feel like I look like my pictures. And I always ask people when I meet them online, like, do I look like my pictures? And I always say, yeah.
Like my pictures, but I don't know. Like, I just feel like meeting me in person, you feel my energy.
Yeah, and that's what that energy be getting me in trouble. It's funny because we were just talking the other day about me going to DC and how I like to meet new people.
Yes.
And like I realized that, like, especially around other gay men, like I have a tendency to be like a natural flirt. Like, I don't be trying to flirt with people, but it comes across that way. And when I was watching Kirby, I'm like, that's exactly what they be talking about. Because I was watching her ass the other night, like,
because y'all damn near the same person.
But like, I'm like,
she just a tinge funnier.
No, it's not even just that she's funnier. To me, it's that Kirby is she has a certain allure to her, like
She definitely
a mystique about her. Kirby has it, like a it fact. Like Kirby should be a celebrity.
She should.
And I'm not saying that I'm like not like. But I think it's just different. Hers is
it's like back in the day when we were younger. You had to have that it factor to be a celebrity. You couldn't just drop a song on TikTok and all of a sudden you got a couple of views and you somebody. No, you had to really have that it thing, that total package. And she definitely has.
She has the it, whatever it is.
Every fucking
Do you know what this lady did?
Everything.
The other night. So we met with her Hispanic friends, like not Tony, but the other ones. And the club was 2-packed. So I'm like, Kirby, it is hot in here. It is crowded in here. Look at this drink line. Time finna jump up in an hour. Cause it's
that time jump fucked me up.
Hello. And I said the other night, this was last night. How much the time jump fucked me up. This was last night. So okay. So I'm like, she's like, I'm glad you said something because I want to get the fuck out of here. So we went across the street to a much more empty, more spacious bar. I don't know why everybody packed themselves into this one. And we walk in, show our ID. We walk to the counter. Mind you, Pisces season is mine. This girl is a tourist. She said, we like 2 Pisces birthday shots. And so he started making our shots. And he gave us our total. She was like, oh, they're not free? I thought you did birthday shots. She was like, no, we don't do free birthday shots. So the guy, the one right there, he told us that you give. I'm sitting there. Mind you, this man did not tell us that. He did not tell us that. Kirby has it with free shot.
You know, that's how we ended up drunk at the airport in Mexico. See, Berto don't know how to do it like you and Kirby. When it's this man's birthday, I don't care where we are. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. He announces it to every single motherfucker in the vicinity that can hear it's his birthday. Berto, no, he all modest and quiet and shit. I'm like, it's his birthday. What we get?
Right.
All of a sudden, hella just tables and plates, platters.
Girl, hello. Yeah. Wait till I go to DC on Friday. It's my birthday. Okay. The whole time I'm there. Whole time I'm there.
You better at least try.
Hello. All they can do is tell you no, and I got the money to pay for it anyway.
Right.
But if I could keep it in my pocket.
What did he say? Donald Trump said everything is a negotiation.
Hello.
So try. Definitely. At least give it a try. A lot of these motherfuckers will, though, for real. Like a lot of these motherfuckers in these corporations will negotiate with y'all.
Especially if you have an aura about you, and that's what I was trying to say too. Like, I know that there's like a friendliness to me that people do gravitate towards me, and so I'm like, when I get down there, girl,
I'm just praying.
Lord.
It's not like that night at Bulldogs where you had all the strays. He had all the strays was meowing and barking and just everything.
And then I picked the stray I had rejected initially. That's the crazy part. I picked the man that I already said I don't like him.
Once his cup got to the bottom right here, all of a sudden he started liking dude for absolutely no reason at all. We was like, is you sure this the
No, wait, was that no, that was a different time. Was that the night that trans girl hit on me?
No, that was a different Lord. That was the night me and you was.
And I gave her my number.
The first you cussed her out.
Oh yeah, because I thought she stole my keys.
You thought she stole your keys. And because you were attractive, it quickly changed. That was also the night that your frat brother and his sister, who was from here, who had the bullet hole in her titty, was trying to talk to me, and he was trying to talk to you.
Oh, Jesus.
And I thought we was going to get kidnapped. I was scared for my life. That bitch been rough. Ooh, she looked like she had just been in the shootout. Baby.
She told you it was a bullet in her titty.
I saw. What you mean? She had this long ass shirt and she had these big ass titties and the bullet hole was like right the fuck here on the titty. Like, it was a mess. It was a mess. Her outfit was a mess. Her eyelashes was a mess. Her wig was a mess.
Oh my man.
And she thought she was gonna get with this. I ain't never been with no one, but I definitely had standards. It wasn't gonna be her.
Oh jeez.
It was spots.
You know these people watch this podcast, right? Don't shoot me.
Well, we didn't say which frat brother. They probably don't remember that night. She ended up, a girl came to the club for her shortly after she realized I wasn't going. Another chick came in and she was occupied for the rest. Well, she did try to still talk to me while the girl was in front of her.
It's Atlanta.
Yeah, I wanted the girl that came for her though. I didn't want her.
Well, clearly she has a type.
She do. We got the same type. And it ain't herself.
Oh my God. But nonetheless, I'm excited. This trip to DC, I haven't been since I was 11. So this is my first trip to DC as a grown ass nigga. And I'm just happy to not only, because this trip is a solo trip, and so I'm really happy about the relaxation aspect, not having to appease anyone else. Like when considering my schedule.
Hey, you remember, I was
just telling Kirby about that time.
That was one of the best.
No. This could be one of the worst. Because Kirby was like, why did you celebrate your birthday last weekend? I was like, because I always celebrated daylight saving time and we lose an hour. So that one time we went to Chicago.
Oh God.
And I think this was my 30th or 31st. It was one of those.
I feel like you was younger than
that. I was with Terrell. So this was recent. This is the last time we went to Chicago. I had my Chevy Track. That's how me and you got back home. We went to Olive Garden in Chicago and we rode back home together. But this
what did we do?
Jalik and Leah came. It was me, you, Jalik, Leah, and Jamal stayed for one of them nights.
Well, I vaguely remember.
Yeah, this is the trip where Leah was starting telling us about Mama. Like she
when I was crying. Oh, child.
Yeah. She was like, she's starting to get on my nerves since you've been gone.
That made me cry so hard because I knew that was going to happen.
Oh, this will help you remember.
What?
This is the trip where I lied and said I was from Mississippi.
Okay, y'all. The podcast is called Twin Tuition, right? We around here telling people we twins. This man just said his blood siblings was with us, not just me. His blood siblings, but he the only one from Mississippi. Everybody got questions. They wanted to make sense.
And it is crazy because I lied. My mom is from a really small town called Bentonia, Mississippi. It's not far from Jackson or Yazoo. So whenever I say I'm from Mississippi and whenever I feel like lying about it, I'll say that and people are like, oh yeah, never heard of it. This particular time, this lady was from Bentonia in Chicago. We were at a hole in the wall, but still. So she ended up calling somebody else from the back, like, it's somebody from Bentonia out here. She started asking me all type of questions about the Delta area because Bentonia is a part of Delta, Mississippi, which I now know. But I didn't know that at the time. I'm like, but I was dating someone from Mississippi. So I kind of knew a little bit more than I would have had I not been around here. I'm like, yeah, Vaughn, Holland Bluff, all of that. Yeah, I'm familiar with all that. But you could tell by the questioning that I really wasn't from there. But then they started asking them.
And we didn't know the answers that he had told them because he was off to like the whole nother side of the bar talking about this. So they come asking me and Jalik, and me and Jalik can't even get our answers straight between the two of us.
And the funniest part to me was you mispronouncing the name of the city. They was like, "Are you from Bentonia?" He was like, "Yes, I'm from Centonia." From where?
I tried to hurry up and mumble it real quick. Shit, because I heard him say it earlier, but I didn't fucking like he was too far.
It's such a small city. It's like if you don't hear it often, I've been hearing it my whole life. Like, but this is the trip we found out we was distant twins.
Oh yeah,
we
had to pee.
That we had to pee
all the time.
All the time.
Mm-hmm. At the same time. Yes, I feel like anything else happened that trip.
No, that was the Chicago trip.
Mm-hmm. Did we do like St. Patty's Day that year?
Yeah, we went. Jalik record. I gotta ask him what happened to those videos.
That's because wasn't that the year I was like, okay, now better lie would be to say that we are recording a reality show.
Yes, and that's what we did the next day.
Yeah. So then the next day we lied and said we was recording a reality show while our brother recorded us partying.
But I will say, in hindsight, and this goes back to why I decided to celebrate my birthday last weekend instead of this weekend. It's because we lose an hour at the bar. But in hindsight, I was very depressed on that trip, and I didn't even know it. Like, I was super fucking depressed. That's why I was in that room sleep all day. And it took everything in me to even get up to go out.
Yeah, I remember, because that's when me, Jalik, and Khadijah was in the room watching the Lifetime movies and stuff.
Yeah, and I was very isolated from y'all during this trip.
Child, we was chilling. It's really like I'm one of the siblings, y'all, because we was really in that room. We did not realize you was depressed. We didn't realize nothing.
I didn't realize I was depressed.
We was not tripping off you being off in your room. We were all perfectly fine and content in there watching TV together.
And I was perfectly fine.
Chilling. Like, it really all worked out. It really did. Maybe if he would have been with some other people, they probably would have been upset or something like that. But I've been around since the first grade. Them his siblings, like, I guess we more used to joke.
Yeah, but it's like we had a whole trip to Chicago. Even with when I have like mood swings, it's like it doesn't last for days. I don't have.
That's true.
So it's like I was really like, and you know what's crazy? That trip helped me kind of know when I am, because it's like I feel like I got that trip in Chicago again. Like I feel that heaviness, like depression. I don't. You experience.
What I describe it to people is like when you trying to get out the pool and that pool water is like weighing you down and shit. That's what it feels like.
Yes, and it's like like with me at least, like I'm aware, like I should be doing this, I should be doing that. I'm gonna just go to sleep. It'll fix itself, and it's not. But that's the solution in my head at that time. I sleep a lot when I'm depressed. Sleep is like, so that's how you know I'm depressed. I'm sleeping. Now don't get me wrong, I love my sleep though.
Yes, you do.
I love my sleep, and I'm an 8-hour type of guy. I hate when I get less than 8. I'm running on 3 right now. I had to be up at 8 this morning, and time jumped ahead. I didn't get home till 4.
Time showed you. Because look, this morning I was looking at my phone. My phone said 9:27. I looked at the stove. The stove said 8:27. And I had just finished smoking.
Oh, now you just finished smoking. You really confused.
Yes, I'm high as a bitch. I'm like.
You know what's funny about that? Last night, when me and Kirby left the bar, because we thought time was going to jump ahead at 1. So when it didn't jump ahead, I'm like, bitch, I know they said tonight. I know they said that the bar's still going. We're like, well, fuck it. We still in here. So we finally leave at 2. It's really 3. So we get out the car. I mean, we walk out the bar. We go to my car. We get in the car. I'm like, oh, the time jump ahead. I look at my phone. It's 3:07. She's like, no. When she's looking at my car, it's like 2:07. I said, wait a minute, bitch. Now, which one? I said, we got to believe the phone, because the phone is probably
the one that's
accurate. Yeah.
Yes.
My car is a 2016. I don't know if they put that technology in there yet.
They play too much though, because I'm like, what happened to warnings and shit?
They do not promote it how they used to.
Yeah.
People don't talk about it no more. I remember when we was in school, or like even after school, it was always put in our face, set your clocks ahead or set them back.
And we was in school, what clocks was we setting?
Right, none.
Shit, we need to remind them now. The fuck?
But like even after school, I feel like I would see it everywhere. They'd be like, it's daylight saving time, or it's ending. No more. I swear to God, if it wasn't for this is such a selfish reason for me to remember it. But because it's around my birthday, I always know it's the second weekend in March. Now, when it jumps ahead, I can't tell you. I know in October, November, somewhere in the fall. But when it comes to March, baby, I pays attention.
So irritating. Okay, and one more thing before we jump into the actual topic.
Yes, and I go to the bathroom.
We are so twins for real, y'all.
Oh yeah.
We are matching today, and this was not planned
At all.
He has on his Powerpuff button up, Pop-Up Girl button up, and I have on my Powerpuff Girl bomber jacket.
And what's so funny about that is, I don't know how you got dressed this morning, but like for me, I had bought this shirt as like a real last minute decision. It was sitting in my cart on Shein, and I was like, yeah, I want that shirt. And then I had bought everything around it in the cart, and I was like, no, I still want that shirt. I ordered it alone. Shipped it. I was like, I don't know where I would wear this shirt to. Like, I got this. I just wanted a Powerpuff Girl shirt. So when I was getting ready, because the first person I thought of was Tyler, he did my hair.
Damn.
So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna throw this Powerpuff Girl shirt on, whatever. And so it was not even like a thought. This was not planned. So it was just funny to come in and she like, bitch.
So my jacket was a gift. And then I just realized it was warm outside, and I was like, fuck it.
You don't need a coat today.
This I really didn't need it, but once I realized that your shirt, I had to wear it.
Yeah.
But this outfit, I wore this to the cabin.
My cabin?
Yes.
Another birthday trip.
This was a birthday outfit. You know what? Most of the clothes I wear, I buy around the time of his birthday, because for the last 5 to 6 years, we went on a trip every year for his birthday, which I typically need clothes for. So this is a birthday outfit.
Me too. Well, clearly me too. Clearly me too. But this was a year that I had been saying, even before I met Shondell and everything. After last year, I was like, when I do my next one, I think I want to do it alone. But next year is a milestone, turning 35. So next year, where the party at?
Back at it.
Yes. And I think I want to go to Cali. I've never been, so.
Cali wing. I need some. Looking at.
Okay, so what we really came here to talk about.
Our show.
Housewives of ATL. Now, I kind of want to put a timer on it because we could talk. Don't let Alex have been here.
Ooh,
we could have talked about this for.
We can talk about Housewives forever. We can play Housewives forever because it's our favorite thing to play when we go to Atlanta.
We've already used some of the quotes when I was talking about my mama. I'm like, we good. We see each other.
I quoted Nene already.
Right.
Like, it's just in our normal
everyday conversation. Every time we take a shot, we're like, cheers, bitch.
To the girls.
Weekend. We're sleeping in your friend's room. You better watch those B words.
Daily, hourly, always, but especially whenever we're together.
Yes. Housewives, big part of our
obsession. Like,
yes.
It's our comfort show, both of our comfort show. If we stressed out or we just need like some background noise, something we ain't necessarily got to look at, but we hear it and we know exactly. Yeah, like
I've been doing some homework, listening to Housewives in the background.
I was watching it getting ready today, like
being distracted from my favorite parts. Might be a little late because I'm like, hey, Phaedra finna read her right.
Okay. Like, oh, excuse me, let me place you on hold for a minute. Like, this is for the real.
But speaking, I guess we can start with Phaedra since that's the last person. So Housewives starts tonight. Well, by the time you see this, it'll already air. Yes. It'll already have aired. But for us, it starts tonight, and Phaedra is back. What are your thoughts around that?
Finally, overdue, about time, excited. I'm really ready to see. Like, she has really upped her game, like fashion wise and stuff like that, hair wise. Like, I'm really ready to see like the look she finna get girls this season. I'm excited to see her, Portia, and Cynthia together as a threesome. So I actually commented on a post on Instagram and I called them Frick, Frack, and Frock. That's their new trio name. I love them. I love them together. I do. I love, honestly, for me personally, especially when it's the OGs, I love when they are unified together, strong and solid and shit. There's no offense to the newbies, but they've been doing this shit a long time, and there's no reason why they amongst them, the each other, should not be cool. Like they paved the way for y'all. They ain't got to do the same type of shit that y'all got to do for screen time and stuff like that.
It's the same thing we see on Baddies, so I think people think they have to come for the OGs in order to solidify their spot.
Cause the preview is giving that. That one light skinned girl who came for
Britt.
Portia. I don't even know her name. Is her name Britt?
I think it's Britt.
And we got the same name.
For Brittany, but her name is.
We have the same nickname. Britt, get it together, honey. The queen is not it.
What I will say to add to what you said, because I have all the same thoughts, but I wish that Kenya would have stayed the whole season.
I actually do too.
And did you see Portia's breakfast club interview? I meant to fucking send it to you.
I have it saved on my watch list. I haven't had a chance being drunk the last couple of days. But I'm gonna watch it before the show comes on tonight. But I really did.
It's an hour long.
Yeah. I really did want to see that, and I really would have loved to have seen Kenya finish the show out. I really would have loved to have seen a continuous friendship between her and Portia. I feel like we always get it at the beginning of the season, and then they taper off. So it would have been nice to see, especially with Phaedra being back, how long it could last. Would it be better? What would the dynamic be between the three of them? Because she had friction with both of them at one point.
Yeah, and that's what I was very interested in seeing too. And from my understanding, Phaedra's entrance is after Kenya's exit. So
they probably had to bring Phaedra in once Kenya left, though. Yeah.
But I really would have liked to see the dynamic, especially with Kenya being a close friend of Candy. Cynthia, not so much. I do care about her, but Cynthia's really sweet to everybody.
She's really neutral. So, she's more like Swiss.
So she's not gonna really give Phaedra too much. You know, it would have been interesting to see Kenya's interaction with her.
Well, yeah, after everything that happened between Phaedra, Kenya, and Apollo, it would be nice to see that.
But she's divorced from him, so it's like, does she still care? Is she willing to bury the hatchet? And is he willing to bury the hatchet?
Exactly.
But I feel like if Kenya can, because Portia and Kenya were the number one. Well, Kenya had Nene and Portia, her number 1 and 2, depending on which episode.
But what's crazy is, I get you argued with them two the most, but the actual issue was deepest with Phaedra. Let's be for real. Phaedra, her husband called you a slut. They said you tried to fuck her husband. They did go on a slut shaming campaign, and she did continue once he came out and said that none of it was true. So, I mean, let's be for real.
Like Nene said, he lying about lying.
But also, Kenya always really wanted to be Phaedra's friend.
Yeah, and she said that.
And I feel like that's why she would be so willing to bury it, because she always really wanted to be that girlfriend. That was one thing. And not to make her sound no sucker or nothing like that, but it's just to add some fairness on her side. Like, she really wanted to be Phaedra's friend. And even though she did make the comments and do what she did in Anguilla, I did always believe her when she said she wasn't trying to come at him, because I did believe the like she had for Phaedra was greater than that. I did believe that.
But
I also did understand why she was being slut shamed too. You also can't exhibit that behavior on national television and think the internet ain't gonna come for you, honey.
What did Phaedra say? Honey, if it walk like it does, talk like it does, well, honey, it must be a dinner.
Quack quack.
As far as Phaedra, did you watch Traitors?
No, not her season. Sorry.
It was a dude on there they were on the same season.
Oh.
It was a dude on there from The Bachelor. And when she read it, she said a lot more.
I saw a clip.
And she said, honey, this is not The Bachelor. I do not have to kiss your ass for a rose.
I saw that. Baby, let me tell y'all something. Phaedra did not take a break from film. Film took a break from Phaedra, baby, okay? Because them lines, them one-liners,
and I don't care, rehearsed or not.
Loaded and ready.
Hold on, rehearsed or not, because people try to be like, oh, well, they're rehearsed reasons.
Nah.
Even if they are, because I think the $10 to a medium-sized pizza, that was rehearsed. I don't think she came up with the top.
I was about to say, maybe at the reunion, because at the reunion, you kind of have an idea of what's coming at you, who got what to say. You know what I'm saying? You got more time to practice. So at the reunion, that makes sense. But outside of the reunion, they don't really know what's coming for them.
But let me tell you something. I don't care if they're rehearsed or not, because my thing is that you can have a rehearsed read, but delivery is the other half of the battle.
And that's why I say I don't care about rappers having ghostwriters, because it's about that delivery and performance.
If you cannot deliver the read and let it land effectively, who cares if it was off the dome or if it was pre-written? Okay, so my opinions about Phaedra, like I said, pretty much very similar to your opinion of her. However, my thing is that I don't think she should have ever left. And this is a axe I have to grind with Candy, because while my opinions of her have shifted positively, I still am not. She's not my favorite housewife.
Oh, she'll never be a favorite housewife. That'll never happen. Anybody who wants to have a debate with, please don't debate with him on it. It's not gonna happen.
So yeah, please Candy don't. Is not
favorite. Will never happen.
No, and
be lucky she got liked.
And, exactly. And to be honest, she's at the bottom of the
like
housewives
right?
Totem pole. But one of my biggest acts to grind, especially when I did not like her, was that this is a show about you all's lives, and to pull a power move or a her or me type of move, we were robbed of seeing the
I was just going to say the viewers were robbed of seeing the act. We don't know whether y'all, because y'all don't have to make up, right? Like y'all don't have to make up, but we don't get no conclusion at all.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
And I feel like you don't sign up for a show like this unless you're willing to commit to do that.
What I will say is this. What I would have much more preferred, like when Portia and whooped Kenya's ass at the reunion, and then they made her sit out for a couple of shows or half
they
the
made
season
her a friend of the
whatever.
Next season. Yeah.
You know, do that. Do that. That made sense. Do that. But to completely take her off the show, I don't know.
I got some tea for you about that though. Oh. That next season, season 7, Portia wasn't a friend of because she attacked Kenya. They wanted her as a housewife. The reason that she was a friend of, I don't know if you remember, she was dating a dude named Duke at the time.
I remember Duke.
And Duke did not like the camera. And
that was obvious.
If you know, like a lot of housewives don't come back because their husbands feel away or they don't want to show their life. And this show is about doing that. And especially at that time, this is peak housewives, time. And so it was not because she put her hands on Kenya, it's because the person she was dating didn't want to be on camera.
That's so annoying though, because
you knew that before you started dating.
You almost made that nigga, or you almost let that nigga stop your bag, bitch. The fuck? Because you took a pay cut for that.
It. Yeah, friend of don't get paid as much.
Yeah, like you took a pay cut for that nigga.
Well, I don't know much about football, but I guess he must have been a star player.
I ain't never heard of him.
And they had the same last name. Remember, she said, I have to change my last name. It's already Williams.
He wasn't that big.
Nah, he was cute though.
No, but I'm saying like he wasn't that
Duke Williams
famous of a player.
Now, although I don't watch sports, the like Jalen Hurts. Like, I know who the fuck that is. Like I don't even watch football.
I don't watch sports much, but I watch it a little bit more than you, and I'm always got straight men in my face talking to me about sports. So I know the names. I ain't never heard that man
Duke
name.
Williams.
He was not famous.
Yeah.
He was a player. He was a professional player, but he wasn't famous. So to be cutting your bag down for that nigga, and y'all didn't even date no time, but that's why she ain't did it since. That's why what was his name? Todd got treated the way he got treated after that because of Duke. Because she was like,
crazy, though.
That was hilarious.
The baby
that bitch is insane. That was so funny. I felt her though. Cancers, when we've been hurt and been through certain things, we be going through the extreme to make sure we don't go through it again. So it's like the baby nut didn't make sense to most, but me being a Cancer like her, it made a tinge of sense to me. Like, okay, so let's I wouldn't do it, but bitch, you crazy.
Let's move to Portia because we've been talking about her anyway.
My queen.
And so those that do. I think Portia both of our favorite housewives.
She is me and I am her. That is my twin.
So you know what's so funny? So while I was waiting on you today.
Oh, she wished me happy birthday a couple of years on Amazon.
Period. But while I was waiting on you, I was scrolling through my memories on Facebook of what I posted however many years ago on this date. And 10 years ago today, I was like, somebody tell her I want to marry her, and it was a picture of Portia. Like, girl, I've been loving this girl for. So I am a late housewife.
Carlos King said he's in love with her too.
Like, oh my god,
gay men love Portia. Like
I swear.
if they could
Gay
be
men-
straight,
Hold on, let me tell you something.
Portia would be the one.
Sidebar about gay men. At least gay men that's into like looks and like themselves and keeping themselves up type of shit. Like, they love beautiful women.
Yeah.
So like a compliment from a gay man telling you that you're serving, like you're eating the girls, whatever type of terminology they use, you better take that shit and know that bitch you are serving.
Damn.
Eating
That's
the kid.
why motherfuckers always ask me, why you be getting all dressed? I'm not finna be around these pretty ass motherfuckers and not be dressed to the nines. These pretty y'all don't see the men I hang out with. These pretty
But when as it pertains to Portia, that's both of our favorite housewives.
Yeah.
Let's bring that in first. And I have such a appreciation for Portia. I just finished reading her book. We both did.
Right.
And
safe to say we on that.
Yes, it is. But we both.
If it wasn't for
reading her
him, I
book.
wouldn't have finished the book.
It was such a because I told her to read it because
first of all, he bought me the book. Let's start there.
Yeah, I bought her, but then I bought myself the book 2-3 years later.
I brought the book with me when we went to Mexico 2 years ago. I did not read one page.
Hilarious.
I brought it back with me another time we traveled somewhere else, just a little quick something, and you and Beloit was like, "Bitch, you still reading this book?" It ain't that big. And I was like, I still haven't read a page yet. And then he bought himself the book, and then he was like, "Look, if you don't read this book."
No, I had told her to read it
person.
because I was like, there's so many parts of this book that remind me of you. And it made me, well, obviously she's one of my best friends. So I'm like this making me love Portia even more because I'm like, this is reminding me of somebody I already know. And then I'm like, now you got to read the book because like, I feel like you'll relate to her even more if you read this book. And
indeed,
when you like look at her relationship with men and the stuff that she's internalized and her relationship dynamic with her family. Yes, it was like, okay, yeah, Brittany got to read this book.
Yeah, it was a lot of things. I felt, bitch, like,
but Portia,
even the part where her mama caught her smoking weed, I was like, this is familiar. Like,
but like I love Portia, and I don't want to say she can't do no wrong because
we gotta hold our favorites accountable too.
We do. And that's something that I did not used to like to do.
Me neither. I would a little bit, but not much.
No, I did not used to like to do. And speaking of that, looking back at Tammy on that season with Keisha, she was a bully. We didn't want to admit that, but your mama was trying to tell us. I don't know if you remember that. She was trying to tell us that Tammy was being a bully, and I do feel like she was being a little bit of a bully. And I still love Tammy, but she was being a bully. Why you take that girl person and want to give it back? Come on, that's bully behavior.
Did you rewatch it? Since I asked you to rewatch it.
No, I haven't rewatched it. I'm just going off of memory. Like, if I don't care what's going on, if someone asks you for their belongings back, unless they spit in your mom's face.
But she did not ask for her belongings.
Oh, she didn't ask for it back.
No.
But okay,
Tammy wanted her to come ask for her purse back.
So she asked somebody else to ask.
No, she did not ask somebody else to go ask for her purse back.
But I still feel like it's being technical, taking something that doesn't belong to you and then not giving it to the person who it belongs to is also.
The issue
is, you know, she's scared of you, so you know that.
The issue is this, okay? Because they were at a restaurant on a resort, but they weren't by their cabins. They were quite a distance away from their cabins. She left her purse in a public place where other people are there. Nobody else was getting ready to grab this girl's purse. Shawnee Autumn looked at it and literally was getting up and getting their shit to leave. Now, I ain't gonna say she grabbed it out the goodness of her heart, because we know that's a lie. But she was still doing you a favor. But y'all had just gotten into it, so you scared thinking you about to get your ass whooped when you should go ask for your shit back.
Let me tell you why.
And then Shawnee and them.
I struggle with that because, like, honestly, I feel like I have a lot in common with Tammy. I've been a bully, and I understand. Like, I feel like I can understand when someone's being a bully indirectly or directly. Intimidation is a bully tactic. And that is a form of intimidation what she was doing, because a person who was genuinely, like you said, she wouldn't do it out the goodness of her heart. Person who was genuinely looking out for you. Like, I don't fuck with you. I'll give it to Brittany, because I know Brittany will get it to you because you fuck with Brittany, but I don't fuck with you.
But my
So,
thing
like,
is, why I'm gonna hand it to them if they sitting right here with me and they didn't grab it? They saw it just like me.
so okay, so I'm like, you gonna just let your girl purse sit right here? This your girl purse.
For all we know, she did.
So for all we
Unfortunately.
know, she did, but that's not what she doubled down on. And that's not the story that she's telling as she recounts it. So I struggle to believe that that took place outside of that realm. So I just
My
feel
thing
like
is,
it was a
I'm
little bit
not
of a
gonna go
bully.
out of my way. We did just get into it. I'm not gonna go out of my way to hand a bag off of somebody I don't like
And
to somebody
telling
who
you-
was
I'm
just
telling
sitting
you
there
this-
right with me.
I'm telling you this because you know what happened with me, like recently. After that situation happened, he was looking for something. I offered to help him because in that moment, like after the argument is over, I'm not. I just maybe because I was a bully for so long, I just feel like I don't want to add no stank on nothing that could be perceived a certain way. So let me like not do nothing to add on to that. And I just feel like when you know someone is scared of you, to me, first of all, people love to say that someone's scared of them or something like that. I don't think that that's a badge of honor at this stage in life, because a scared person will kill you. Somebody that's scared of you will fuck you up because they're fearful.
But
of
she
you.
wasn't wearing that as a badge. She actually felt like sorry for her. She felt like, girl, like
But then a
stand up
person
for
who feels
yourself.
who has empathy for someone else is not going to not give them their things when you know that
But she did
she
give
might
her her.
not,
So the part that I'm
not in
talking about,
a noble way.
she did. She eventually, well, I won't say noble, but she came to her in a humbling way. She brought her her purse. She had calmed her tone, her energy, everything. And she calmly explained to her the entire situation, from why she was so upset and why the argument escalated to what happened to with the purse, and to her bringing it back in this moment or whatever. All of that was thoroughly explained in that same episode, in that same clip, that very same day.
I think we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that one, because in hindsight, like I don't agree with Tammy on the whole person.
I personally no. Let me get this straight though. I personally would not have taken it. Unfortunately, she would have been fresh out of luck. I just got into it with you. You left your purse. Your shit is here.
But let me tell you,
left
let
that
me tell
shit
you,
there.
and I have not evolved that much, because while I do like there's a part there's a 50-50 chance. There's a 50-50 chance, because if I was gonna take it, I would have gave it to somebody closer to her.
Now I would have did what you said. I would have been like, Shawnee, such and such. Y'all not finna get this purse.
But
I'm not finna get this
if we
purse.
freshly into it and I didn't already did that, your shit getting stolen. And I don't have that.
Yeah, they ain't got nothing to do with me. Exactly.
So, but I would never take the purse like you gotta come ask me for. I don't know. That's just a little bit of a bully move to me. Do that to somebody. Do it to Evelyn. If we wouldn't have felt like it was bullying, if it was Evelyn
wouldn't have been dumb enough to leave her purse.
Well, what I was saying is Evelyn wouldn't have looked. It wouldn't have looked like Tammy was bullying Evelyn, because we know Evelyn. It would have made Evelyn. If Evelyn didn't do nothing, it would have made her look like the coward that a lot of people think she is. And if she did do something, then
but it was hard for me to
Clash of the Titans.
sympathize with Keisha, because she still kept doing the same shit. She was still talk shit and say however she felt to Royce and Susie, and then Susie will come back and Royce will come back, and now the rest of the group know what she done said. You still doing the same shit that's getting you in trouble.
This is why I always say, I learned this saying from Fuck It Out Even. I've been using it ever since. Two things could be true at once.
Yeah.
So you could be a bully.
Evelyn tried to talk to you. Shawnee tried to talk to you. Royce tried. Susie tried to talk to you.
You could be a bully and she could be
wrong.
Eventually,
you and Tammy talked. Like, it was just too much. No, I'm not agreeing. I agree.
Like, Tammy could be a bully and Keisha could still be wrong. I would have
made that choice.
But I wouldn't have did that too.
I personally wouldn't have did that. But I could kind of see in the moment, I could see why she did it. And I could also see Keisha's side too, to be honest. But also, I could also not see both of their sides, because
I don't know. I just hope that Tammy had to be in her early or mid 40s at that time.
Her,
I just
Shawnee, and Evelyn
hope
was.
that I am not that petty by that age.
They all are.
Like, yeah, but I mean, if you
Shawnee playing favorites.
hold on,
What's her
if you
name?
gonna be
Patting her
petty,
pussy.
if you
That was seasons after that too.
I hated that for Evelyn.
That was
But if
terrible.
you're gonna be petty, at least wear it well. Like Shawnee wears it well. Like you hate her or love her, Shawnee is. That's why she has the perception she has now, and why she's able to navigate life the way she does. Because it doesn't stain her. Like because she's not so abrasive. She's not so loud. Like if you're gonna be something, bitch, at least wear it gracefully.
Well, let me steer us back to Housewives.
Okay.
We got the basketball wives because this just
Okay.
reminded me of something
Okay,
that I've just seen recently. So my baby Portia had to read Dr. Simone for fifth.
Oh, bitch, I was so mad about that.
I was too.
I was so mad
I
about that.
was.
For Portia for it.
How dare you?
So you saw the
buck
Breakfast Club?
teeth, yuck mouth, boring stick in the mud. You and Jackie are two of the biggest mean girls I have ever seen in my entire life. All of y'all are so clicked up. Heavenly too. All of y'all are so clicked up. It is ridiculous at y'all big grown age. Y'all hitting 60, toothless in a motherfucker, yanking y'all shit out at night, putting it in a glass to be acting like that. To be so clicked up and just oh, this is mean girls. This is terrible. How the fuck old are y'all? And then for you to try to cast a stone and say Portia's the biggest mean girl and Phaedra shouldn't paint y'all out like that, ain't nobody got to paint y'all out like nothing. Y'all been called mean girls the last couple seasons before Phaedra even got on the show.
You know what the irony in this is for me? And Dr. Simone is a Pisces, unfortunately. I've never liked. She's a February one though. I've never liked her, and when I found out she was a Pisces, I was like, what the fuck? But literally, what made this so ironic to me is that she's so offended that Phaedra called them mean girls on her way out, forgetting that it was Qua that you made cry last season on her way out when y'all told her in the middle of a trip to get the fuck to step in.
Right.
In the middle of the trip, so you didn't want her there.
And did her bogus too.
So it's crazy.
They did Mariah bogus.
It's crazy to me that your recollection doesn't go back a year prior to the last person that left the cast trip that you all kicked off.
And they did Contessa bogus too.
Let's talk about it.
Like it's y'all
Dr. Simone, and what's crazy about Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie, but Dr. Jackie's sneaky.
She's very sneaky with it. Very sneaky with it.
Mariah said Dr. Jackie is the #1 mean girl on that show.
She
which
is.
Everybody thinks it's Heavenly. She said
I never thought it was Heavenly. I always thought it was Simone and Jackie.
She said that she actually appreciates Heavenly because Heavenly don't keep it.
I was about to say because Heavenly, whether it's true or not, she does what she does publicly. Like New York said, I'm a wolf. You see me coming. They are sheep in wolves' clothing. Them is the worst type of people to deal with. I cannot stand that. They try to pretend like they so sweet, so cool, so dignified, so sophisticated. They're such for women, and behind the scenes, they are some straight up snobs.
Not even behind the scenes. You can see some of this shit on camera.
You can. Now, after all these years, it's getting harder and harder for them to hide it in front of the camera.
And I think as people, we have aunties and grandmas and shit like this who we've watched maneuver and move, and like it's like, girl, you remind me of something, and it's not my G. So, like you remind me of a snake.
Okay.
So yeah, but okay, to take it back to Housewives, we're excited for Portia and Phaedra. Kenya's departure, the whole thing around it. Do you feel like it warranted it? It warranted that?
I never think that revenge porn is warranted ever. There is never a reason to post somebody's nudes, sexual proclivities, nothing. That's their personal business. It is never okay. Period.
Now, let's be clear.
Period.
So
I don't know what she did. I don't know the full story, but that's just never okay.
That's why I say let's be clear. I am not a Kenya fan. Let's make that very clear. She's floating under Candy, but I've never been like a Kenya. I mean, Kenya fan, but like
I was before Housewives. Housewives really ruined that for you. Me. I used to love me some Kenya.
Talk to me about it. Kelly Price used to love her, but what I will say is that as I get older, I always try to be like more fair. Like
Yeah.
as I assess these shows.
And
like,
that's why I
let's be
haven't
fair.
said too much about that because I'm waiting to actually get the details of what all happened. But just being a woman and knowing what all we go through, women, we're called whores before we even have any kind of sexual
But this coming
contact.
from a woman who has been called a whore on the show, so that's why I say I gotta be fair
Yeah.
because Kenya has been called everything but a child of God on the show. But from my understanding, this is not a revenge porn case. Trust me, that lawsuit would have already been filed.
Nah, sure.
This is an instance of someone who has existing news on the internet and Kenya exposing them, even though you could Google them, like type that in Google and find these same photos.
I would have made a sign that said Google such and such.
Now, listen, so that's what I was going to say next. Would I, it depends on, you would have to do something really fucked up for me to be like, yeah bitch, your pussy is right here.
Right.
But, I mean, I don't know, because Kenya said this was a retaliation against something.
It typically is with her. Let's be for real. Like, she good for retaliation. She love to get some get back. But she will poke the bear like first sometimes, but she do love retaliation.
But this is why I struggle with that with Kenya, because like when she called Tanya a cunt, that was unwarranted.
Completely unwarranted.
She felt like it was retaliation, but she didn't end up apologizing. So
that's because Portia ended up cussing her ass out.
Kenya always tries to. Sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't. She always tries to justify her actions. But the reason why I'm like, I cannot jump on this bandwagon is one, because I'm trying to wait to see, and two, if this is a picture that you could find on Google, not saying I would do it, but I mean, bitch, everybody.
It's not necessarily revenge porn, but I just know what all women go through. Like, I just really want to see what made you that mad? What did she do to make you that upset to do that? Because she more than anybody, she has been in, magazines and all kind of stuff. You've been over sexualized more than anybody. Like,
yeah, but that's hard. Her coochie ain't on the internet. So
it ain't. That's true. It ain't. But I'm sure she's had a lot of rude men. Like, let's be for real. Like, I could really do see why she got personal security. Like, she was one of the biggest it girls of the 90s and 2000s. When you look back on all of those black sitcoms, she was on every single.
She had personal security back then?
One. Yes.
I don't know if she needed that.
No, she was way sought after in the 90s and 2000s.
No, I'm not saying she wasn't sought after, because clearly she was. We see the evidence that she's been a B character in a lot, C and D too, in a lot of different films and TV shows, but she was not Beyonce.
She wasn't Beyonce, but she was very much a hot commodity. She was very much in everything. She was getting her coin. Like, she was like, honestly, in her era, in that time frame, because I've been watching a lot of those black sitcoms back lately. I just watched Hanging with Mr. Cooper, the Steve Harvey Show. What else did I just watch? Jamie Foxx, Wayne Brothers. She's literally Fresh Prince. She's literally been, Parenthood. She's literally been in every single one of those. She was very much booked and busy. She was very much sought after as an actress, and she was always the sexy one. She was the sexy one in the episode in Martin. I can't remember what her name was supposed to be or whatever, but she was the reason that Gina had to do a makeover type shit. Like, she was that girl. I do get why she came in hot the way she did. I get why she got the personal. Well, maybe not now, but I could understand it more so back then. But I get it. I get it. But still, you lived that life where you know how sexualized you were. I'm sure you've gone through a lot being a gorgeous, dark-skinned black woman with long black hair. Like, girl. And busty eventually, too. Like,
even if it was from section.
It's hard. It's come on, girl. Like, I know bitches be tripping, and I know we be having the sun bitches, but like,
I don't know. Let's move on from.
We'll see though. I'm gonna hold off. I don't want to completely be like, bitch, you was just completely wrong. But like,
let's move on from oatmeal pie face and
I heard she was trying to get her skins together, child. She was trying to work
Give
on
me
that.
more.
Baby Phaedra, a bad built bitch. Like, Lord, Phaedra.
So we have two more because we can't talk about any of the new girls. And my hope is that we can do this.
Oh, wait, real quick. Just one of the new girls who isn't really new, Shamia.
No, so we gotta talk about Shamia and Drew.
Oh, yes, okay.
So
let's talk about that.
Okay, well, Shamia, you brought her up first.
Well, I just heard some tea allegedly from Frank Funky Dineva, let me get his name right. That Miss Shamia, yeah, she living the wonderful princess lifestyle, lovely, lavish, lots of money, honey, luxury. However, her husband is supposedly dropping seed and planting it wherever he wants to and fucking on everybody and whatnot. I don't know how true that is, but I mean, it is Atlanta, so I mean, hey, I don't know. I did see in the preview also that her and Portia are again on the outs, and it always hurt me because they've been friends for a long time like us. So I always take it personal, like it's us into it or something. Like, I'm like, stop, be friends.
I would never do a reality
Stop
show
it.
with any of my shows.
No, now maybe back in the day when we wanted to do Bad Girls Club and stuff like that, but nowadays, hell no.
No, it's
my
like
friends can't go with me, and neither can my man. Nope,
no.
Y'all will not know none of this.
Let me tell you something.
I'm gonna have fake friends.
Everything cannot have a price. Mm-hmm. And I think that when it comes to like your real friends, there's no way in fucking hell I would want to take anybody's bill on any of these shows. Because if Brittany gets upset with me and she wants to talk to her husband about it, it's a reason I don't need to hear that.
Right.
I don't need to hear that. Like, I don't need to see that on TV. And it's hard. Like, even though I understand that, like, she may be irritated talking to her man, like, okay, I pissed her off, I did something. But then you have to sit and see it. You got fans talking in your ear.
You got to relive it at the reunion. Like, no.
I'm like, that's not a price I want to pay.
I will very much have
because if you be honest, most of these things are kind of like that. Like, it's like, oh, you was talking behind my back. Yeah. Well, if in real life, everybody does that.
Everybody does that.
To me, it's not. I feel like in real life we can navigate that better without the first of all the presence of a camera and fans. Mm-hmm. So I would never want to lose friends.
Because I don't care if you're talking about behind my back. I just want to know what was said specifically. Who was it said to?
And this is my thing. Like, I know me. So I wouldn't want to hear anything negative.
And did you come back and tell me, or did they come back and tell you?
I would not have shit about anything other than like frivolous shit. Like, oh, I didn't like his outfit. What the fuck?
No, you can't say that either. No, I don't know why you playing. No, you cannot say that. No, no, because then you gonna get red for a film. Let you say you didn't like his outfit, and then the next time he see you, you look a mess.
Oh, I heard you were talking outfits.
Over, okay.
No, but I mean, is it not fair? I said I'm fair. You're talking about me. I said, why you again?
I'm happy they finally gave Shamia her peach.
I don't know. Did you see the first 6 minutes? I sent it to you and Allie.
I'm sorry. Was boring. It them showing her house?
Boring. Well, let me not say that. Hold on. Let me guess.
Because that was only 6 minutes. You know, you can't get much from that.
I'm being dramatic. It wasn't the most entertaining thing, so I can stand on that. But I mean, I don't know how.
Well, she get into it with one of the girls, and she read her for the fifth, talking about the 99 no's.
But Shamia talks a lot, and like, I don't mean like me and you talk a lot. Like, I mean like maybe it's the way they edited it. They probably could do this to me and you, but it was like, okay, girl, get to the point. But
like that time she was defending Portia to the candy coated clique, and it got long winded.
Yes, I feel like we talk a lot, but I feel like there's definitely some nuggets in there, something to help, like some trinkets.
You know, and the thing with Shamia is Shamia be trying to be so professional. But see, the difference is this. Shamia be trying to be all professional and nice and politically correct, and she want to think about, what she say before she speak. Portia, she coming off pure emotion. Damn it, she's saying how she feel right then and there in the moment. It's gonna be some curse
I'm glad you
words.
articulated
It's
that.
gonna be some jokes. You know what I'm saying? Cause she's upset, so we say
and
shit.
I feel
we say
like
funny shit.
me and
mad.
you fit into the Portia category of talk a lot. Like,
we do.
Because I know that like most of our friends do talk a lot.
Hell yeah. They do.
And I feel like Shamia falls into the Jamal category of talk a lot. Where it's okay.
But you be long-winded,
baby. Yeah. You be long-winded.
And it get dry. It gets dry.
A little water on that. But like, I feel like at least if you're gonna talk a lot, let's make it entertaining, like theatrical. Like let's throw some stuff in here that make me want to listen.
Like the one-liners, like Phaedra is boring, to be honest. But she has these one-liners and she has this sense of humor that you gotta catch. You can't even catch nothing with Shamia. There's nothing to catch. See, Phaedra, you just gotta pay attention. The bitch is funny. You gotta pay attention because a lot of the shit is gonna go over your head. You gotta listen, gotta catch it because she's smart too. So it's quick.
I love Phaedra. There's nothing boring about her. I disagree with that sentiment.
I'm sure you do, but rewatching the seasons that I'm rewatching,
she might be a little still on Married to Medicine from what I've been seeing.
I didn't.
But on Housewives, no ma'am.
Season 3, 4 was a little dry.
I will say, as far as Shamia, that I really do hate that Portia's real life best friend is on the show. I don't like. I
feel like they may have been into it before all of this happened.
I think they're good in real life right now, though.
Is what it was. I feel like they are the type that always will eventually get back good, and that's probably also why I always compare their friendship to us. But I really hate when they argue. It really. I really do. Because I really do feel like they are really each other's friends. Like, and despite what mistakes they have made with each other, you know what I'm saying, off and on camera, off camera, I really do believe that they are truly each other's friends and they truly do love and care about each other.
I fucking love their friendship. Right. And that is why I hate that Shamia is on the show. Yes. Really, like, okay, Shamia.
And it ain't like she needs the check.
Regardless of Shamia being long-winded, she is still entertaining.
She's the party.
She's still it's just like Jamal. Like Jamal's coming with things, and he comes with things, dog. Yeah. Like, he's still that nigga. Yes. But I just don't know if I would have did the same. I wouldn't have put my friend on like that. Like
I'm not sure. Like she did. You know, Shamia has been around long enough. She's developed her own relationship with Andy. That's true.
But Brittany, I swear to God, I would have been like, if y'all can bring Brittany on, I will bow out gracefully. I cannot. My friendship is not worth that to me.
Yeah, I'm not.
I can't. So if I ever make it on a reality show, don't none of my close friends come knocking at my door.
As long as you don't say you slept with me, we'll be fine. Moving on.
Last but not least, Drew Barhead, bitch Fedora.
I'm glad we agree. Bitch, I was with you last season.
I was too.
I was here with you. Okay, and it took me a lot to get over what your character did in the game. Okay, because I'm still holding on to that. I'm one of them people.
And it had your name on the game.
Right, they had to use your real name at that. So I was with you. I was like, I'm not gonna do her like that on Housewives. I was a Drew stan. I'm like that daggone Sanya and Marlo and everybody. Y'all messing with her.
Fuck Sanya.
Definitely still fuck Sanya.
And she a Pisces too.
But
all these born ass Pisces.
Girl, is you okay?
Clearly not.
Is you okay? Do you know who you coming for? Like somebody, she seriously needs medical attention to be coming for the queen. And I really hope for this reunion, before the season even starts, Portia wears her crown at the reunion.
See, a part of me wish it was 2013 and Portia still had her boxing gloves out. But girl, you could dust them off. I'll forgive you.
I always forgive her. I feel like every fight she had was warranted. She was not wrong at all. Portia. It was Jamie fought. It was whoever else fought. It was Cynthia fought for sure. It was definitely Cynthia and Kenya fought. I'm sorry, y'all. I love me some Cynthia. But you was wrong.
Cynthia admitted that she was a little intoxicated. You could kind of tell.
You could tell she was intoxicated.
Yeah, and Cynthia's not even like that.
Because like Candy said, what made this
bitch different from bitches?
Like, I've been saying bitch all day.
Right.
Like,
But no, I'm in complete agreement with you. Drew, I came on wanting to love you because I mean, I didn't take it personal from what you did on the game. I'm like, oh my gosh, she was on the game. I love that show. She was in the TLC movie. I love that
She
for
did
her.
her thing.
Yes, I'm like, I want
I've
to
seen her. You know, I watch a lot of independent films, and she has been in so many independent films, doing an amazing job. Like that's what kind of kept her getting a bag in between her actual bigger films is independent films. Like, girl.
So I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
Okay, in my Tyra voice.
And then you come on here, and it's not even that you're coming for Portia, because let's I'm gonna keep it a bug. The reason why I don't automatically hate somebody for coming for Portia is because I want you to make my girl have to read you. Like I wanted you, she can come out her bag. Like she got to give you the one-liners. Like she gotta come through. Make my girl work.
You can't hang though.
No,
Portia.
With anyone.
She couldn't hang with who's the last girl?
Courtney.
Yeah, Courtney. She couldn't hang with her.
And she could. So, but this is my thing. It's how you did it, and it's involving her child's father.
Yeah, I ain't like that tacky, real tacky.
That I was like, this tacky bald head bitch with the burlap side ponytail really needs to go.
12th and burlap.
Hello, 12th and burlap. Right by the cemetery where you belong. Cause you're dead, bitch. But no, I didn't appreciate that. And mind you, everything has not played out yet. Yeah. But just from the word on the curb.
Just still. Now I will say this though.
And it had
because I heard some of the album before I knew that they was into it.
Oh.
Did you see the video? Didn't you know your shit?
Did you see the video?
I did.
The black and white one?
Yeah.
Child, one day I was into it with Shonda.
Didn't you know your shit?
And I played Blame Yourself by K. Michelle. That shit came on after. I said, bitch.
She said she divorced.
I was like, child. So, I mean, Drew can sing her music. Even before she got into it with Portia, I thought her music was good. I'm not going to be.
Yeah, I thought her music was good beforehand or whatever, definitely. But I do think that this collab with Dennis has elevated her. But again, the way you went about it was very trifling. And however Portia sees fit to deal with you, I agree.
Hold on. So we can end this whole segment talking about Drew with the quote that we always used to say amongst our friends. I don't know if you remember, this was a year ago, but it's a Phaedra quote, and we'll just call Drew a sneaky, slimy slut.
Yes, in my Berto voice, not even my Phaedra voice.
You sneaky, slimy slut. So, I feel like we should come back and at least do the first episode. I don't know what life is going.
We'll
Child,
we'll figure out this filming, y'all. We gonna get back at it.
Yeah, we got to do something. Very much something. But so we can only talk about those housewives that we already know and what we're anticipating for them coming back. So
next
I'm
show,
excited.
We will come back soon.
However many shows have aired,
yeah. We'll go over them all.
Yes. Yeah, I think we'll just go, like, we're not going to go, like, piece by piece. We'll just go over, like, what we think is anybody fighting. But we'll just talk about the major moments that have happened thus far in this season. So that'll be fun. But thank y'all for coming back and tuning in with us. It'll be a much shorter podcast next time because we won't have to catch up.
Right. That part.
So thank y'all for watching. We really appreciate y'all. I got homework to do, child.
You got homework to do.
So that we can watch this show.
Okay. Because I cannot miss the queen.
Hello.
Period.
7 p.m. sharp.
Okay.
All right, and once again, I'm Donnie Akeem, whichever you prefer.
And I'm Britt Brat. Short stack, give a nigga a heart attack.
And we out of here.
And...
Deuces.